It's a Persian name for good Newt. I come from Muslim background family. Um, my parents, they were originally born in India, but then after the partition, they moved to Pakistan because they were Muslim, and they felt there was no future for them, so they moved to Pakistan. Then, I was trying to think how my parents were. Yeah, my parents got married, and my father went to college. He trained. He trained how to be a typewriter, and then he heard about a job going on here in Britain. So he applied. And I don't know how he got the job, whether they viewed him in Pakistan but anyway, he came here. He came to this area of Bedminster, and to start working for the local printer, which was on Winter Troke Road, where Pakistan is now. But before that, he needed to be a printer called Arrowsmith, and my father started working there. My mum was to Pakistan, and she was pregnant with me. And then my father, as soon as I was born, my father started looking for a house around here in Bedminster, because he was living in rented accommodation, and you know what's like when you have a family coming. Yeah, as he found a house in Bedminster, he sent for my mum. Then my mum flew over here with me. I was born by then, so she came over here with me and a suitcase in one hand, and she came here and we became family. My father went to work. My mum was a housewife, and then they started noticing something about me. They noted that I wasn't responding to the sound, so they took me to the doctor, and the doctor had a look at me, and he started making noise in the background, and I wasn't responding to the sound. So he told my father that I was deaf, which really was a shock to both my parents and my mother. My father had to tell my mum, because my mum didn't know English at that time, that eventually she learned to speak English over the year going by. Then I went to school, because by that time I was 3 years old, and I started school. And I went to, there was a special unit in school for the deaf, for the hearing impaired children. So I went there, and I went to that school. The school was Ashton Fair Primary School, which is in Ashton, and it's still there. So I went through that school. And over the years, I grew up, and I went on to a senior school in Eastfield. And again, they had a special unit for the hearing impaired children. I grew up there. I was the only one from Asian background in the school. There was another person in my class, but she was from Jamaica, so the two of us, we were the only one in the class full of white children. But we got on well. We need to play together. We had a good time growing up. and I went on to secondary school. But secondary school was quite hard for me because I was trying to integrate me into a class full of hearing children. And it was quite hard to hear what the teacher was saying, you know. And first year went okay, but after that it went downhill. You know, nobody longer wanted to play with me. Yeah, I felt quite low. You know, nobody asked me to come and join that game at all. Heard about Eden when I went to school, but I never knew who he was. I mean, when I went in a private school, there needed to be a Christmas Naved play. And, you know, they had, this doll was supposed to be Eden. But nobody explained to me what's so special about him and why are we, celebrating his birth. I remember when I was about, how old was I? 11 years old. And they showed a film called Barkler, yeah, and, a Barker, that, yeah, yeah, I remember at the end of the film when Barker ended up being on the cross. And that got me thinking. I thought to myself, do you know what crucify on the cross? And I began to, because at that time I was thinking, I knew about Ida, the baby, but I wonder what happened to him in the end. And of course, I found out that he ended up on the cross. I was trying to find out more about how he ended up on the cross. But what did he do? What was his crime? So I did find out for a short while about what happened to Dina in the end, but I never understood why he died on the cross. Yeah, so. Anyway, at that time I didn't know anything about God. I was not God because I need to wonder where did everything come from? How did we get here? The only art I could find was evolution. Man turned to appear by himself on the earth. But I remember in the school lab, right, I was a book about evolution. So I read this book, and it was a shaded book about evolution. And there was pictures of ape-like man, living in a cave, hunting the animal. And there was one picture I remember that was some kind of a funeral servant, funeral. When man dead, they bury the man in the ground, and then they became skeleton. So I began to wonder, who are we? Then my father told me about God. It's a God named Allah, and the God of Islam. And he said there's only one God, and Muhammad was his prophet. And after that, I went to Pakistan, because we had a relationship living there. So from then on, I was saying, I became religion. I began to believe in God, that God made all things and everything that. And Muhammad was his prophet, and I believed that for some years. Then I started secondary school after that here. And one day in a school assembly, a group of people came to our school. They were called Gideon. And I because me hard of hearing, I don't know what they were talking, but I think they were talking about their work. And at the end of the good time, there was a table full of New Testament. I don't know why, but I went and I picked one up. I had a good plate though. You know, I was very good uniform, so I put it in my pocket. And I took it home and I looked at it. And the first word I read was God showed his love for us, that while we were sinners, Christ died for us. That was the very first word I read. Yeah, I showed it to my father, and my father said, oh, that's for a Christian. It's not for us to read, it's for Christians to read. But at least he did take it away from me. He let me keep it, so that was a good thing. And then I put it on the top of the wardrobe in my bedroom, and it stayed there. Because that's how we treated Holy Book, that we always put Holy Book on the top, you know, on top of something. And it stayed there. But I regard the New Testament that kind of a still edition, because I thought if I touch it, God would hear me or something like that. Or after a difficult time, I would hold it, but I never open it, but hold it and I pray, you know. Pray that God will look on me with favour. Yeah, and I went through the school year, went to college, yeah. But then I always wonder what life is all about, you know, what I mean, the purpose of life. But I left school, I didn't have any friends. I had one, my mum and sister. By that time, my father had left and he got married and he had two boys that he was living away. So, yeah, and I tried to find a job, but it was difficult finding a job. There's no day. I began to wonder what was life all about. Why am I here, you know? I began to look for after. I began to try looking for after and figured and arthritis. I look at it, I look at myself, you know, what going to happen to me, you know, will I get a job? Will I get a wife? Will I get a house? Will I have children? I'm looking for the kind of after. These things led me to look to the New Testament I take from school. So I started reading, and I remember the chapter I read was John chapter 11, in which Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. And Jesus said to Martha, I am the resurrection and the life, and he who believes in me will have life, even though he die, but he will still live. Yeah, and that sort of attracted me to Jesus. I began to learn more. At the same time, I met someone who came from Pakistani Christian background. Yeah. And I got more interested in Christianity. Gradually, I began to look more and more at Christians, and the more I learned about it, the more I got attracted to Jesus. But I began to follow him for the wrong reason. I was only to get what I wanted from him, because I read that he could do miracles, and he could heal, and he changed people's lives. So I thought if I follow him, I do what he says, he'll be pleased with me. I would give uh, if he liked only reward, if I do that for him, he would give me what I want. But not the right way to become a Christian. But then I started looking for a church because at that time I became a Christian. I considered myself to be Christian. I even made a decision to follow Jesus. That was during Easter, 40 years ago now, Easter 1985. I made a decision to follow Jesus. And then I started looking for the church. I look at the church around here. I went to the church at the centre for the deaf, but I only meet one a month. And I was thinking of joining Totted Down Methodist Church, not far from here. But then the Lord directed my steps to this church. So I started coming to this church. I began to hear Andrew Anderson was the pastor at that time. And I would, me hearing impaired, I could hear what he was saying. So I asked some friend I just made if they'd write down for me what he said, and I'll read it. I had to work for a while. And then we had a hearing room. So I started literally on my own. So I started coming to this church. It changed my outlook on life because now I know who I am. What life is about. Life is all about Jesus. The media purpose of life is to know the Lord Jesus. Because knowing that I've been made in the image of God, it has changed my life. Even my family know this change in my life. They know that I no longer sit at home. They now know that I go out more than often, down to church. And at that time, I would meet with friend from school, old deaf friend from school, because at that time we didn't meet together, so I started going out more, and that got started. So I started meeting with them. I tried to be a witness to them, but even then I didn't know much about my faith. I said all I did was to invite them, or encourage them to come to church. One of them did, and because we need to have church tea, and I find her, and she got interested in Christian faith. And in fact, she did become a Christian later on. She got baptized, not here, but in Naved. And then she came to Pendana, and she now lives in Kensington. So that one person in my life that the Lord knew to bring her to faith in Christ. I can't imagine what life's like without Jesus now. I mean, even if I tried hard to leave him, I find I can't. I find it difficult, to live without him. So that's how my life has changed. I don't think I'll go back to the way I was before. I mean, it's all different now.